Hey guys, welcome back to the Tailgate Sports Media Podcast. I'm Devin. This is Peyton. This is the premier sports league football podcast. We also cover the best part of football, which is the tailgate. We're in episode 5, and we're going to kick it off. Let Peyton take over right here.
Yeah, so we're going to start with the college football week 2 recap. Um, a lot happened. So
Yeah,
we're going to talk about the games that we picked. We don't have to go into depth because we are going to go into depth to some games I didn't put in the pick. Um, but first, first game we picked, game of the week, was Oklahoma, Michigan. We both picked Oklahoma. There was no bias. That was
no
strictly
bias.
tape study. Um, no, this one we'll get into because this one was a more important game, I guess. But the rest of
Yep.
them, we might not get into as much. The Actually, all of them kind of okay. Anyway, the thing with Oklahoma and Michigan was that what you saw, or what I think you saw, I think I've seen some people. I watched the game. I've already rewatched the game like 4 times, so I've just been studying tape. But what you saw probably from Michigan, what it looked like to me was after about maybe 2 drives that they played, their offensive coordinator was like, our offensive line is 1, 2, 3 yards deep in the backfield after the snap on almost every play. This isn't going to go well if we try and stick to our original game plan, which I'm sure they were going to air it out more. And then from there, they were kind of just like, let's try and survive and hope ride our defense. And what I learned from this game was that Oklahoma's front seven, it might be the nastiest front seven in college football. I'm not just saying that as a fan. It was like unrelent, unrelenting, just smash mouth, like almost like 90s, early 2000s era, like just take it to them. Defenses that Brent Venables is known for, but it was just something else. Like I don't even remember watching Clemson games where it was like that dominant, and that just might mean Michigan's mediocre. But I think Michigan's going to be pretty decent. I'm not saying they're going to win 10 games, but I think that they're going to be pretty decent and their schedule is favorable. So I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan wins 9 or 8. I'm airing towards 9 games, but yeah. So that was my takeaway.
I took notes for it. John Mateer is legit.
Yep.
I don't like how much they had him run the ball.
Hmm.
Um, they got to figure out something to get that running game going because the running game wasn't super explosive. They had some good runs later in the game.
I think they started at the end of the because here's the thing with Oklahoma's offense. Every running back is better at a different style of run. Like Jaden
Yeah.
Ott is better at like your kind. It's not. It's like a mid outside zone. It's like somewhere between outside and inside zone. He's really good at that. Blaylock is in a way like Javante Barnes, but just explosive fast. You
Hmm.
want to get him going on the outside, or you really want to get him going on something that's moving laterally. So zones are fine, but anything that can give him the ability to make a cutback because he just explodes out of his. He has so much burst that when he gets going laterally and then he sees the cutback lane and he attacks that hole, he gets going downhill real fast. So that's his like forte. But he's probably maybe the best at like that can do it bet as like everything he can do kind of well. It's just that's his best. And then Javante Barnes is a one cutback. Javante Barnes would be better suited for an offense that runs like shot or not shotgun, but just like, I formation, power, like get him behind a fullback, get him going downhill,
Yeah. He's a
make
bruiser.
make some cutback lanes because he's not like gonna make anyone miss. He's gonna get hit and he probably will bounce off a couple tackles. Um, and as far as John Mateer running the ball, people keep saying this, and I agree to some extent, right? I don't think 19 carries, but He's built like a running back. He John Mateer anyway is built like a running back. He can take more punishment than your average quarterback. And moving aside from that, the way he gets hit is almost like Johnny Manziel esque, where yeah, he gets hit, but he somehow escapes more often than not. He's escaping the brunt of the damage. And then aside from that, he needs to work on his deep ball. He can throw it, but
He has a problem with throwing line drives and not throwing up and
he
over.
has a problem layering the football when he needs to layer it. But it's not even that. On those deep balls, he was throwing line drives. He needs to put some air under it and air it out. And when your receiver is beat the DB by 2 steps and he's basically stacking the DB. So like your receiver's running, he gets open, and then he stacks the DB. It's like what you're working for on a vertical, right? His receiver is stacked. His receiver's here stacked. You air it up, and the only way that DB can make a play on the ball is if he has a 47-inch vertical or if he runs through the receiver and pet PI, you know? So that's like that was the one thing I was like, oh my God, because Countess Lewis had a touchdown, if not
Yeah.
a 60-yard gain. And they almost turned it to a pick because he threw the ball very flat.
Well, what I'm going to say about him running is he had 19 runs,
Yeah.
and he's fine now.
Mm-hmm.
But they got 10 more games in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
He's at 19 runs in that game. I don't know how many he had versus Illinois State. There's running backs that don't touch the ball 200 times a year.
Yeah.
Don't run the ball 200 times a year.
Yeah.
So
Running
you're
backs that
putting
do
so
though.
much wear and tear on and Michael Hawkins Jr. is still there,
Yeah.
but I don't want to rely on Michael Hawkins Jr. yet.
Oh, he's really good. Like I've a lot of positive notes coming from him. I think what they want to do is redshirt him so they can have him for as long as possible after the
Yes,
season.
redshirt him, and then if he's developing very well, when Material leaves, hopefully after next year, you have a redshirt junior who knows your system, knows what's going on, and has developed from a very rough freshman year where he kind of got thrown under the bus.
Yeah.
Um, and it's not his fault, but I want him to have time to develop. Let your guy that's had all these starts, has played well, is looking very good. Let him lead the way. So I don't want to have to run him 19 times a game where he's just constantly taking hit. Because even if he just shrugs it off, it adds up. It adds up. Um, the tight end number 12,
Aaron
Connect,
Knack.
he's legit.
Yeah, I mean, he's really good. He's a really good college tight end. He's gonna suffer because he said this is gonna sound terrible. This might be a hot take. Watching him play the tight end position, I'm not even gonna say it actually. You know what? Screw it. Who cares? I texted dad this. I said, watching him play the tight end position because he's on a smaller side for a tight end, and the way he's like so much quicker than your average tight end, but he's still kind of a bruiser. He's not like a super physical, like get under your shoulder pads and block guy, but he's gonna chip you and he's gonna set edges and he's gonna come around and do all the little dirty things that he can do. Not even dirty, but it's like dirty work, like it's not fun, but he likes to hit. He was a linebacker. So he's doing all those things that you would expect, and it reminds me of watching Aaron Hernandez highlights. Yeah, it does. I mean, I was watching it and I was like, because he jukes people out, like skill wise. I was like, the only tight end I can remember doing this.
We should go undercover and find out what his background is, what's going on behind the scenes nobody knows about. We just
Well, I
won't
know
release
his
the information
background.
until he's not at Oklahoma anymore.
He was a slot wide receiver slash fullback slash quarterback in high school. He's
So he
a
seems like the kind of player that was doing everything and anything.
Well, yeah, he didn't play defense in high school. He wasn't really a defensive guy. Like he was an athlete coming out. So they find Brent Venables does this thing where he finds athletes and he says, because this is what he does with almost every his position on the defense, his nickel. kind of like a hybrid linebacker safety guy. It's called Cheetah. His Cheetah position is almost always just some freak athlete that he teaches to play really good sound defense and tackle really well. And it gets
Mhm.
to like Isaiah Simmons was a quarterback in high school or a wide receiver in high school. He was a wide receiver in high school.
Mhm.
And this guy comes in, gets moved to safety, gets moved down to Cheetah, and then is just a freak. So that's what he's looking for, is just a freak athlete. This dude's a freak
Yeah.
athlete, as you can tell. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think he's going to be great. Obviously, he's not huge,
yeah.
but he was getting wide open. He was making great
He's
catches.
he's like a 10-3 100-meter dash guy in track. Like he's fast. That was in
Yeah.
high school too. He might have gotten I don't think he got any slower, but he is fast for a tight end. Like if you
He's
put
probably it's ever since he was playing since he's been playing tight end, he's probably bulked up a little bit.
I think he's at 230 something. Like
Yeah.
here's the thing, if you put him on a linebacker, bye.
Linebackers cooked. You need a very fast safety or a corner on him.
You don't want a corner on him because you can't put a corner on him either. Lengthwise, the corner can hold up. Physicality wise, corner's cooked. You got to get a like Jaron Kanak is like a strong safety cover. You want a guy that's physical enough. Like on our team, like on Oklahoma, I should say, their team, the guy you would put on Jaron Kanak is Robert Spears Jennings, number 3, 6'2", 220, physical, mean, fast. Like that's the guy you would put on that because he can run with him. He has the length to compete with his length, and he's strong enough to not get completely outclassed. Like you put a lanky corner on Jaron, like yeah, the corner's gonna keep up with him, but then when you hit the point of attack, like that corner's getting bullied, and you don't want that.
Right. Other than that, I think the main thing is special teams and penalties for Oklahoma. That game was not as close as the final score was.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
yeah,
every time they scored, besides like they had the one busted touchdown to start the second half, there was a busted play where they just ran 75 yards for a touchdown. The other two
that's
field
it.
goals that they got were after I believe, a muffed punt
hmm
and then a roughing the kicker.
Yeah. So the long run was just two bad fits from corner who should have been playing deeper. He should have gotten a little bit more depth and stacked the line a little better, but he played off like a nub almost, like a weird like you have a nub end, which is that no out on that side. Corner comes in kind of inside the box, and the corner and the safety Peyton Bowen just both had bad fits. It happens. Some stuff happens sometimes, like nothing you can do. But
Mhm.
I mean, that's also some film study for them. But yeah, enough about Oklahoma, and I could talk about the Oklahoma game all day.
Only other
Uh,
thing I'll say about it, I think Bryce Underwood's going to be really, really good. I think he's going to be
yeah,
really good.
Michigan is not like Michigan fans are like in crisis mode. Like,
Your true freshman um, went up against an elite defense on the road.
and he made some plays. Like, he's a
He did. He
stud.
made some plays. Yeah. He
He just needs to
he
get better in the recognition game. But they're like Oklahoma was like had 7 on the line of scrimmage and was dropping. It was only bringing 4. Like things that you don't see as a like you don't from high school to college. You have never seen that. So
yeah.
when you get into the game and that's the first time you're ever seeing it, and you're trying to read like I read man and this is cover 2 somehow. Like it's going to be it's very hard for you as a quarterback to figure that out on the fly, especially if you're getting like Oklahoma gave them a bunch of looks that they had never seen before, um, prior like as far as like tape for the last maybe 2 years. Now you probably have found it, but Brent Venables is a wizard, so he's bringing looks that he's creating looks that you've never seen, and
Right.
then making those make sense for the defense to create havoc. And it was just at some when they realized that they didn't have the skill at wide receiver to burn the DBs, like our true freshman corner, Oklahoma's
Not
true freshman corner.
not in don't you don't have enough time for them for a play to develop for a
Yeah,
DB over there to get burnt.
especially when
And
you're
those
stacked.
DBs are already really good, so it's a slim chance, and you got 2 seconds to figure it out.
Yeah, especially when you line up, your O line lines up and says I diagnosis 7 threats. So you either have to keep seven in for blocking, which means you can only release three, and there's going to be 40 like it just doesn't it's never going to work. Like that was just a nightmare situation for him, and he did the best he could.
Yeah.
So the next game we called UTSA Texas State. Bad for you. You were at the game. We'll get into you
Yeah.
being at the game a little later. Um, it was really I've seen this happen where in those games, like this game, I just thought it was bad coaching on the UTSA part. I thought that you had really good run game. Like UTSA's running back is unbelievable. Um, you have just insane busted coverages on defensively. That quarterback for Texas State is going to be a problem. If he stays at Texas State, that's like a group of five hero. That dude's going to tear up the Pac-12. Like he's good.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a little
The
tiny.
quarterback was super good.
Yeah, he's a little tiny, but he's very good. Um, I imagine that if that dude has the year I think he's gonna have, he's transferring to a Power Four school. I don't
ACC,
know.
calling it right now.
You think he's going to the SEC? I could see it.
No, I'm saying ACC,
Oh,
Atlantic Coast.
ACC. I could see him being like a good Baylor SMU quarterback. Yeah, that's like I watch it. Maybe
It's
a
either
Texas
ACC or he's staying in Texas, which
and
best
going
of both worlds is SMU.
or Texas Tech. I just thought about it, and he also could be a monster at Texas Tech, especially with all the money they have. They got him weapons. Anyway, I'm not going to speculate on his possible leaving GJ Kinney. Also, I think GJ Kinney, this is his last year at Texas State.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know
I
if he's got the Jeff trailer. I want to build a program here.
he's part of the Jeff Traylor coaching tree.
Yeah.
So he's like him and Jeff Traylor are from the same ilk. Jeff Traylor was his head coach in high school. So maybe he has that same, but I just feel like he's a lot younger than Jeff Traylor. So like sky's the limit for him. Where Jeff Traylor, like, yes, he wants to make UTSA good. That is the goal. But also Jeff Traylor probably doesn't care. He probably wants to live out in the middle of like bumfuck nowhere and not have to deal with a bunch of people all the time when he gets done with football. And UTSA is paying him enough money to do that. And
I
UTSA,
also think about the pressure. Like, I mean, he's got a very good coach contract with UTSA, but also it's like if UTSA wins 10 games in a season, that's pretty exciting for us. We're excited. You go to a bigger program, you're like, oh, we didn't make the playoffs,
yeah,
and people are like, well, we need to fire him immediately.
yeah. Kalen DeBoer is going through. Well, now apparently they're back, but after week one, Kalen DeBoer, they were like, "You're done." People were like literally calling for his head. Yeah, I think UTSA is still good. I don't see them winning the American anymore, obviously, because USF is in the same conference.
Yeah,
Um,
USF is freaking scary now.
USF and Tulane, those are like UTSA would have to beat USF or Tulane. Nah, I don't see that happening.
I'm going to go through the game, what I saw in the game, and then
Mhm.
say what I'm thinking about UTSA. Um, a lot better start than last year, honestly. I've completely flipped on the defense. I was very optimistic about the defense to start. No, they got beat up on the inside. We gave up 4 or 5 deep passes just over the top, and like it kept happening and happening and happening and happening. We got abused. There was multiple drives where that happened. Um, so the special teams coverage was bad. I think we were giving up 20, 30 yards every return.
Yep.
So special teams coverage wasn't great. Our inside run defense, we did okay on the outside, but anytime they ran it up the middle, we were just getting beat up. The deep ball obviously was a big issue. Dropped balls by the wide receivers, which was an issue last year that I got better, but also the defense last year was good. But that team made so much improvement from the beginning of the year to the end of the year last year, kind of like turned it around starting around halfway point. I think they're a lot further along than they were last year, and I think that defense is as they're getting more playing time, they're cohesive together. I think I'm still on board for the American, maybe not the favorite, but I still think there's a shot.
Give a
Um,
shot. I mean, they haven't started conference play, so it
yeah,
doesn't.
and
None of it matters.
Texas State might just be those guys this year. You
Yeah,
were pretty high on Texas State, so
I had Texas State as the number 2 team in the Sun Belt, and I don't feel wrong about that right now.
yeah, I mean they were really good.
Hmm.
Uh, and I think we kind of talked about it. The refs were kind of glazing the Bobcats there, and this
Yeah,
is not like my homer opinion. Some of those pass interference calls were just there was
yeah,
three or four, and I don't have great eyes, so there was three or four pass interference calls, and it was kind of like, that's iffy. I don't have my great eyes. There was one that kind of happened there in the end zone, and it's the one time I screamed, "Are you blind, mf'er?" Like, like surrounded by kids. I'm like, "Are you blind?" Cussing it out. People were looking at me, and I was like, "No, that was a terrible call."
yeah. I mean, there's always two brands of refs. It's one or two. It's either we're gonna let them play, we're gonna let them be physical. That's a defensive minded ref. That's a ref that's like probably played high school football on the defensive side or college, wherever. Probably maybe middle school. I don't know. Refs just don't give me football player vibes. Um, and then there's the ex receiver who is like the defender has no right for the football. The defender doesn't deserve this. I played. This is a game I'll never remember. I'll never forget because I was running.
I'll never remember. The CTE is kicking in hard.
Yeah, it's rough. It was a long day. I'll never forget this. We were playing when I was in high school. We played Alamo Heights, San Antonio, and we whooped their ass. But we they ran a fade of some sort, some type of like post. It wasn't a fade, but it was a vertical route, like deep route. So post. It wasn't a corner. It might have been a post or a seam route or so just a straight vertical route off the numbers. Um, I ran. I read it like a textbook. I literally ran the route for the receiver. I stacked him. You know how I told you textbook position is you stack the receiver, or you're a receiver. You run your route. You beat your receiver. You stack him like this, right? And then you go and use your body to basically box him out, and make the catch. I do this. I box him out. The ball's coming. I see it. I'm basically running like a receiver. I reach out like this. He runs into my back. My back. I'm playing on the ball. He runs into my back. Granted, we had this freak athlete safety who literally jumped over me to catch the football, caught a pick. They throw a flag on me and say pass interference on me. I'm like, I literally looked at the ref and I was like, am I not allowed to catch the football? Am I not allowed to make a play on the football? I ran. He ran into me. It's actually pass interference on him. I was like yelling at the ref. I was never a yell at the ref guy. I was never a rah rah like you're dumb. That ref, if he's still refing, I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna rob his house. I'm robbing him of all his possessions because he robbed me. Well, he didn't.
That's a
My
fair
teammate
response.
robbed me. But that was like the best like route recognition play. I'm a white corner. I get one. That's a one in a millennium play that I made. It was a white receiver, so it doesn't really count. But
I
it
mean, Alamo Heights.
no, they're good. Allen Heights was always has always been really
Yeah, they're
good.
good, but I mean, it is all a bunch of white kids.
They hit like
They've been
three
playing
flags.
football together since like the fourth grade. That's why they're
Yeah,
good.
just straight
They have a $5
slants.
million weight room and shit like
They
that.
run
Yeah.
slant. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I remember that to this day. I'll never forget that. And if I ever see that ref, I've never seen him again. And if I ever do, I want that ref to know I'm beating your old ass. I'm gonna fist fight you. I hope your grandkids and your kids are there to watch you get your ass beat. And I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna say, "You better learn what pass interference is, otherwise you're gonna end up like your dad." And then
I'm
they're gonna be
assuming
like,
Coach Molesky freaked out about that.
he yelled at me for 10 minutes in a. My high school football coach yelled at me for 10 minutes in a meeting about we can't have that there. And then like at the end he goes, "Yep, that wasn't pass interference." I was like, "What the hell?" Yeah. Anyway, great
Hold
dude.
on, before we go there, have you told the pod about your biggest high school tackle when you folded Trevor Knight in half?
I never hit Trevor Knight.
You sure at Reagan?
Ty Summers. He was like
Was
a
it Ty
middle line.
Summers? I
Yeah,
want to say it was.
Trevor Knight was like a senior when I was a freshman.
You sure?
Yeah, because I know this because we played Reagan in the playoffs. I go to the game like as like a JV, like not a JV, like a freshman, like pull up, like they pull you up. They're like, hey, you did really good this year. You get to stand on the sideline wearing your jersey. So I go to the game that way, and literally Reagan beat O'Connor like 52 to like 7-14 maybe. I don't know. It was not a good game. Not
You're
at
right, though. It
all.
was Ty Summers. I just looked it up.
Huh?
You're right, though. I just looked it up. It was Ty Summers. I'm
Ty
stupid.
Summers was a freak. He played middle linebacker at TCU and he was a monster.
Yeah.
But that being said, yeah, I mean, like I did get the only interaction I've ever had with Trevor Knight is I high fived him after the game. I said, good game. And then like after an OU game, I saw him one time and I was like, Trevor Knight, and he literally blew us off. So, it is what it is. I'm
Damn.
not saying that's a bad thing. Like if someone was recognizing me in public, I'd probably be like, eat a dick. I'm kidding. I'd be nice because, I believe in God. But yeah, so there's that. Sorry, I went on a tangent about
We
pass
went on a pretty long
interference.
high school tangent there. I was about to start talking about the tailgate.
Yeah, well, the tangent had to do with pass interference. If you think that, if you're a ref out there, if you are a ref and you watch this, and I go to a game and I see you throw a flag on a defender making a play on the ball, when he has a right to the football, and you throw a flag on that, you're meeting me outside the parking lot, and I'm whooping your ass up and down the fucking parking lot. Your kids will bear witness. They will know. I'm guessing being a ref is hereditary. So your kids will know that if you throw a flag on that shit, you're getting your ass beat. Anyway, go for it.
So the UTSA crowd is great. How about to say the podcast? The tailgate was huge. Like very cool to see. Like there was a golf cart that had the Roadrunner bill on it,
Mm-hmm.
the little mohawk on there that they were driving around. Lots of orange and blue smokers. I saw people with travel trailers that were all just UTSA tailgate stuff. There's a ton of alumni tailgates out there.
Yeah,
Free beer, free food. People were just like, "Hey, walking dude, just like, want a beer? Hell yeah, dude, I want a beer."
that's
So
beautiful.
the crowd is awesome for the tailgate. Again, it's super hot and the rain was rolling in, so it was humid as hell. So props to all those. Got in there though. Got walk in. There's a bar that was doing beatboxes. They were just handing them out. So that was all cool. The tailgate bit, we didn't get to film very much. We got a little bit of video. I'll try to get it to you. But it was a big crowd, third largest crowd ever at the Alamo Dome for a UTSA game. Though I will give credit to
Texas
Texas
State.
State because I think like 10,000 of those people were Texas State
Oh
fans.
yeah, it was
They
like
were
a
there. They
nice
got
party
loud.
mix. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was supposed to
Um,
go. I got called. I had to go to work on Saturday, so last minute thing I had to cancel. So it ruined our
yeah.
plans to make something of it. We'll go to more tailgates this year, but it was my fault. It was really my
We
job's
were
fault.
definitely underprepared for what the amount of work we're going to have to do. We need to be more. We'll be more prepared definitely for next year. Hopefully, we still get one in for this year though.
We'll get a few in for this year. There's some games that we can go to. Nah, I mean
Um,
it's just me.
yeah, I will say this: UTSA. If you're a UTSA football fan, if you're a San Antonio football fan in general, and we need to work on it because we do it at every time we have a football game. When the offense is on the field,
Shut the fuck up.
shut the fuck up.
Yes,
Seriously, the amount of times we had to go for it on fourth down. We've gotten to the point where it's like our defense is not going to stop them. They're going to bulldoze us for a 4, 5, 6 minute drive, and then we have to immediately go down and score again. And we're playing from behind, so we got to do
yeah.
it quick.
And
So
these
we're going
dipshits
for
are
it on like
yelling.
fourth and six, and the crowd's like, "Yeah, woo, you can!" It's like, shut the fuck up. The Texas State fans are screaming. If the Texas State fans are screaming with you, and it's not a dude coming back from the dead, shut up.
Yeah, this isn't a vote, a fucking noise measurement contest to see who has the best, who's going to win the fourth down. Like your volume doesn't affect the fourth. Actually, it does affect the fourth down. It makes it harder to get a play call in and do the right thing.
Harder to get a play call, and harder for your quarterback to make reads or get a play or get the snap count out, all that stuff. So just shh the loudest you need to be, like when you throw a bomb and your dude catches it at the 45-yard line and he's going to walk into the end zone, go crazy. When you bust a big play in the middle of the play, scream. As soon as the ball has been set by the referee, preferably my UTSA crowd would do nothing but polite golf claps until the end zone.
No, they professional. You got to be a pro fan. You're going to be a pro
Yes,
fan.
we got to work on this. I think I'm gonna start hosting clinics. Like, hey, how can
How
you be a better UTSA football
how
fan?
could you be a better
First of
football
all,
fan in general? We could just host
yeah.
clinics. Like
Look,
you
you
know
can be
how
a bad football fan for anybody else as long as I'm not cheering for the
they do
team. Like,
college football or like football camps for high schoolers, like skills camps. We're gonna do football camps for middle-aged men. Just shut the fuck up camps.
yeah,
He's gonna be like, oh, but shut the fuck up.
yeah,
Stop
we're gonna run
talking.
scenarios like, hey, like it's 3rd and 7, your team's going out. If they convert this, they win this game. What do? I freak out, man. Just
Yeah,
shut up.
give me 100 push-ups where you're running 2 miles butt ass naked down the street.
Yeah, and we're
Um,
drinking beer the entire time during this, so you're gonna feel sick.
I am. They're not. That's their lifeblood. Middle-aged men. You're
Yeah,
gonna
but they're
give
not
them
exercising hard too. Like I'm like, hey man, up downs, let's go.
Dev, middle-aged men can go for forever on beer. You have to starve them. You have to take that away. The only thing
Oh
that we're
man,
giving them
we're
is
gonna
smelling
indulge them.
salts.
It's gonna be too much of a good thing. And then when they got a gallon of beer on them, and I'm like, hey, I need you to do sprints, they're gonna feel it. Like I used to run sprints all the time. You're 37 now, buddy.
Yeah,
It's over.
I know. Like I was running sprints today for work, and we were doing some work, and I my first two laps absolutely dusting people. My last two laps had no hamstrings. I was like,
Done.
oh, come on. All right.
I got one more complaint
Go for it.
for the Alamo Dome.
Okay.
You're never gonna keep football around with your prices. Figure it out. I took my wife because Peyton didn't go, and she's like, I want a beer since I'm here watching football. It's like, cool. The only time
$76.
she'll go if it's UTSA. It's like, cool. $20 for a tall boy. Michelob Ultra. You can buy it at the gas station right now for $3.
Yeah,
$20.
that's
That
never
is
gonna.
that is insane. I honestly would be happy with like $10. If I was like, oh, here's a $10 bill, I'll take a big beer. Cool. That should last me at least a while, and then I can go back down. I'm not a huge alcoholic. $20 is insane. I literally didn't drink anything after I bought that $20 beer because it's like there's no way I'm gonna go pay $8 for a bottle of water right now. It's
Yeah,
insane.
that's a
That
stadium.
is price gouging at its finest.
Yeah, but that's a
Especially when the
stadium
dude that I
problem.
bought the beer from, he's like, I'm like, you take card, cool, paid card, and then the tip thing popped up.
Yeah, the problem is dude. I'm like,
You're like shining. Are you Jesus?
dude, I don't know what happened. I think my wife was trying to get me fired. She's not gonna get me fired.
What's
I don't know
going
what
on over
that.
there?
I'm the boss. I can't be fired. No. Dude, what happened? Dude,
You might have to see the background.
I'm freaking out right now. I don't know. Hey, look away. Look away. You're shining light on me with your glasses. I'm kidding. Dude, what the fuck? Okay, this is better.
You're too close to your computer screen.
Yeah, I was getting too into it. Okay, so yeah, that's never gonna change. Like the prices are the prices, and that's what we're stuck with pretty much in perpetuity. These stadiums, like that's because they know people go there to drink. Like the UTRGV game, the beers were 15. The tall boy I had, it was $15.
It's insane.
Yeah, I mean that's not as bad as 20, but yeah, I mean that's just a problem. Like it's I'm not gonna say it. Anyway, moving on. So we just talked about UTSA. So we are gonna talk about Baylor SMU. Baylor won. We both got that one wrong. So we're pretty much 1 for 2. I think I did bad. I did.
Yeah, I got the updated records, which I'll reveal when we get through all these games.
Yeah. So we gotta this is lightning round here. Baylor SMU. It's kind of what we thought, you know, an offensive shootout. Baylor's quarterback is better than I thought. Baylor's team's better than I thought. That means Auburn's team's better than we thought too. Defensively anyway.
Or
Baylor
SMU is just way worse than we thought.
No, Baylor. I mean, it was a close game. It was a good game. I knew SMU's defense wasn't going to be shit. I thought Baylor's defense was going to be more shit. So then I was wrong. Like they're both not great, but those offenses are very high powered and they're going to score a lot of points this year. Um, yeah. So yeah, SMU is still going to be good. Like the ACC is also wide open. So SMU, if they can just throw up 50 points a game, 40, 45 points a game, they have a shot in every game. Your turn.
We had Kansas, Missouri. We both picked Kansas.
Yeah, I mean that one. I just didn't expect Missouri to be. I didn't know the Missouri quarterback was that good. I saw him the week before. I just was like, you know, he's decent.
Yeah.
But no, he's really good. And
I don't think
Kansas,
Kansas ever really got the running game going either.
well, Kansas doesn't have anything going but the quarterback. Kansas has a we don't have anything but our quarterback, and so we're just gonna make him do everything problem.
Yeah.
And yeah, which might be people might say that about OU too. But anyway. So yeah, that one was tough. And then we picked one more.
Iowa State.
You had Iowa State. I had Iowa. I almost picked Iowa State. I should have
And then
picked
you
Iowa
flipped at the
State.
last minute.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the Gronowski guy. I thought he was going to do better, but then I think it's not a quarterback problem. I think Iowa has a curse that their quarterback is not allowed to be good.
I mean, it's possible.
I think their coach is like, I'm a defense guy. And they're like, yeah, you're a defense guy. And he's like, yeah, I'm such a defense guy that
I
I
don't want
can't
my
have a
offense
good
to be good.
offense. I have
Yeah.
to win on my defense. So I have to inhibit my offense's ability to have production. So my defense looks so good. How do you get your defensive players drafted? You put them in unreasonable amounts of stress. And it's like you're either going to break them or you're going to make a diamond. And that's how you get white corners. You make them have to cover all the time and be on the
His
field all the
his
time.
one and only goal is to revive the white corner.
Yeah, he's designed a program to pump out white defensive backs. Anyway, so
Yeah.
those are
So we both got OU right. We got everything else wrong, and then we split Iowa and Iowa State. So after 2 weeks, you're 2-7 on picks, and I am 3-6.
we're not great. Perfect. I still want to talk about, well, damn, we just don't have enough time.
We got
But
plenty of time. We got plenty of time. You go all night, baby.
yeah, well, I don't have all night. I got an early morning. Um,
So be tired. White
we
monster.
I want to talk about the USF Florida game next. Holy crap, USF is really good. Their quarterback's a monster. RG3 thinks he's the Heisman favorite. I could not disagree more, but still a monster. And their defense is legit. Their whole team, like that coach has a well-oiled machine. Um,
I don't like saying teams are super good. Like I don't want to say Oklahoma's really good. I know the defense is good, but as a team, I don't want to say they're really good yet. There's a
yeah,
couple teams that I'm willing to say, hey, that team's going to be really good. I think Florida State has proven that they're going to be really good this year. Um, I I don't want to say USF is really good yet. This is the test this week versus Miami.
yeah,
Even if they lose, if it's a good close game or it's competitive, and then towards the end it starts to fall apart because they're got to play more aggressive, I think that's okay. Yeah, that's the American favorite now for sure.
yeah. Um, this is a segue, sort of. Segue is you don't say segue to segue, but I just did.
Here's a segue into
Segue.
something else.
Yeah. um, this is our second installment of No Bitches Team of the Week.
This week, we had a lot of interesting matchups, a couple upsets. Got all ready to talk about how Kansas State paid over $1 million Army just to lose. But I've got to give it to West Virginia for just not showing up against Ohio this week. West Virginia is the no bitches team of the week. You know what? Kansas State gets it too. Duel. Let's do it.
Thank you, Ray, for your contribution to the pod. We appreciate it. And Your pick of no bitches team of the week. We had two, sort of. We had one
Makes
A,
up
one
for
B.
a missed week.
Huh?
Makes up for a missed week.
Oh, fuck it. Two. Yeah, there you go. Kansas State losing to Army, who was our no bitches team of the week last week.
Yep.
And so literally Army got their bitches back.
There could be a team with both teams could have no bitches.
No, Army said we're getting our bitches back. Army got their bitches back. That's what they did. Kansas State's terrible. Their quarterback
Yeah.
did not develop at all. Like I thought he would take the next step, and he didn't. Um, West Virginia. How do you lose to? You had a guy tell you how good West Virginia was going to be in the offseason.
He was talking about how much they had like people coming in the transfer, and everyone's super excited about Texas Tech because of the big transfer portal they had. West Virginia also had a big transfer portal. They had Rich Rod come in, and it was like West Virginia is a team to keep an eye on.
Yeah, keep an eye on because they suck. You're gonna watch
Keep
them
an eye on
suck.
because they might make the MAC great again.
Yeah, Ohio and Toledo, those teams look really good.
Yep.
Akron, not so much. Okay, we talked about week two college football. Now we're in no week two college football. Now we're talking about week three college football.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting with our picks. First game, Devin, you're recording them. I'm telling you what to record, sort of. Our first game was, what did I tell you our first game was?
Clemson, Georgia Tech.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm excited for this one. It's like two opposite identities. All the skill, but just doesn't have an identity. Clemson. Maybe they don't have as much skill as we thought, but regardless, that's what we're labeling it as. And then you have not a lot of skill, but their identity is like Georgia Tech is the dude you take with you to a bar when you know like the ops are out. You know, the bad the you go into a bar, you know you're gonna get in a fight. And you take this guy with you because you know at the end of the day, yeah, he's ugly as hell. He's gonna scare women away. But this is for single men. When you're a single guy, you take your ugly, big bruiser friend out to the bar so he can just slug out. I had a friend like this. You would take him to a bar so he would win the bar fights for you, and you didn't have to worry about it. And yeah, that's it. That's the dude. That's the guy. That's what Georgia Tech is. He's just a nasty. Like there's Haynes King, the quarterback for Georgia Tech. I still don't know if he's good at football. At quarterbacking, he's good at football. I don't know if he's a good quarterback, but damn, is he good? I'm picking Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech is the best team in the ACC. I'm picking Georgia. And
I'm also taking Georgia
It's
Tech.
my track record. Don't bet on this if I say bet on it. I'm probably wrong.
I'm also taking Georgia Tech. I think going off of your analogy, Clemson has supposedly is a bunch of skilled individuals playing football,
Mm-hmm.
and Georgia Tech is a team playing football.
Yeah, that's perfect. The best way to put it. Way better than my analogy. I couldn't think of an analogy, but that's what I came up with, so that's what we're sticking with.
I'm really
Our
good at
next
those.
game is South Florida, Miami.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm actually going to do something really quick.
Oh, we're adjusting.
Yeah, we're adjusting. South Florida, Miami.
I'm gonna adjust too. Let's get in on it. Let's oh, you can see that extra chair back there. A little less
There you
white.
go. South Florida, Miami. I think in my heart of hearts that I don't know. This one's tough. It's a tough game to pick. I'm gonna pick South Florida, and I'm probably gonna be wrong, and I'm okay with that. I just want South Florida to have a UCF type season this year. I want South Florida to have a look how good we are type season. I want Tampa. What?
Football's better when a directional or regional Florida school surprises the world.
Yeah, they couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Who do you have?
I'm taking Miami.
Yeah, that's fair. I get it.
I think Miami is the better team. I think Miami's going to get the win, but I'm going to cheer for USF. I'm going to cheer to be wrong.
Yeah. Bordeaux. Shout out Bordeaux. Cool. Everyone knows who he is. He does like NCAA content. I think he goes to USF, and he's like a USF / Kentucky fan. And yeah, I just like watching Bordeaux do his USF / Kentucky stuff. I'm lagging. Sorry, technical difficulties. We're back. We're on South Florida, Miami. You took Miami. I took South Florida. Even though I'm probably wrong, I'm still sticking with the South Florida pick just because, I want to see them be successful. And
Yep.
if they're not successful, I'll cry. Georgia, Tennessee's next. This one's tough. I think I'm going to take Tennessee.
I'm with you on Tennessee. It looks electric right now.
They're electric and they're scary.
Joey Aguilar was like, "Oh, you don't want me no more? Why don't UCLA want me no more? I'll show them."
Yeah. That guy's it's funny how they kind of traded, and Tennessee definitely got the better quarterback as of right now.
It almost feels like Tennessee upgraded.
No, they did. They did upgrade. I am a Viola, whatever his name is. I'm so sorry that I can't say it.
Nico, I'm leaving you.
Yeah, Nico, I'm leaving you. That dude, he might have robbed UCLA. Okay, the next game is Arkansas Ole Miss. We're going SEC heavy right now, but Arkansas Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Wallace? No. I don't remember his name right now, and I can't believe it. The quarterback for Arkansas. He is also electric. I think he leads the country in yards by a quarterback right now. Or touchdowns or something. Dude's a monster. Big arm, athletic, having a great year already. This is going to be controversial, but I want to take Arkansas in this game. I think Arkansas is cooking up a storm right now. Like, they're good. They're really good. Their quarterback is a monster. Ole Miss might have a better rounded team. I think Arkansas has a better quarterback, and I think that it's close enough talent-wise that Arkansas's quarterback can even out that talent. And yeah, so I'm taking Arkansas. It's probably not going to happen again. I'm kind of picking with my heart, not my head right now, but yeah, that's my pick. What about you?
Doing some research. It's at Ole Miss, which makes this decision hard for me because I want to pick Arkansas. Arkansas hasn't played anybody, so I'm very hesitant to pick them. It's not like they have like a good win. I don't know if Ole Miss really does either. Who did Ole Miss beat? They beat
Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky's decent. Kentucky's pretty good, but Kentucky's starting quarterback got hurt. Also, Ole Miss's starting quarterback got hurt, I believe. So
Simmons.
Yeah,
I like Simmons a lot. I actually do like him, but more than I like Simmons, I hate Lane Kiffin.
I don't hate Lane Kiffin, but
oh no, I hate him. He's so annoying. He is the proof that the SEC thing of like I hate everybody in the SEC so much, and then as soon as like you need the SEC to be good, the SEC is the best conference in football. They could take on the 2008 Patriots, no problem. And it's like you guys love each other, admit it. It's y'all hype each other up to be this big tough conference, which it is a big tough conference, but y'all hype it up as much as possible so that it makes your team look good. Y'all don't hate each other. Y'all are all big buddy club. I hate Lane Kiffin because he's always trying to get his 9-3 team into the championship. So I'm gonna pick Arkansas too, just because I don't like.
I just don't like Ole Miss because of snobby rich people. Anyway,
I mean, yeah.
But to be fair, that's most colleges. Speaking of snobby rich people, we have snobby rich rednecks versus snobby rich Catholics. Texas A&M, Notre Dame.
Oh, forgot about this one. But it's actually an easy pick for me.
Who are you picking?
Notre Dame.
Dude,
I'll never believe Texas A&M is good until they actually make a playoff and earn the playoff spot. Not they're in the playoff because you're in the SEC, but no, they had a good year. They beat good teams. They had a good year. They should be in the playoff. Texas A&M for me is always going to be the team that falls apart. I know it's only Elko's second year, so he's kind of having to this is him kind of implementing himself, but I won't believe it until I see it. So I'm gonna take Notre Dame.
Texas A&M fans, for the better part of my life, have been the most annoying sports fans in the world. They are, it's a cult, obviously, but
It's a cult.
besides the fact that it's a cult, they're just annoying. They think that because their stadium fits 100,000 people in it, that they're the best. And
have you ever been to Kyle Field? Did you hear how loud it is? And it's that's so cool, dude. Win a football game.
yeah, you ever won a Big 12 championship? I think they won one. And then they've never won an SEC championship, obviously. So they're not winning any conference championships. Yeah, it's just one of those super. It's you know what Texas A&M is? They're the Dallas Cowboys of the SEC.
Oh no, no, no! That's Texas fans. Texas fans are no. I would no. You actually, you know what? Yeah, I come back on it because A&M fans are always loud. Texas fans are quiet until they start winning. They're so quiet. You won't hear from a Texas fan all year, and then they have one good game against your game, and they're like, "What's up, loser?" And it's bro,
yeah,
one time out of 10 years doesn't make you good. Leave me alone.
Yeah. So that's our week 2 pick. You picked. I'm picking Notre Dame because CJ Carr is really good. Marcel Reed's pretty good too, as well. Maybe I'm not giving him credit because I don't like Texas A&M, but yeah, I think Notre Dame wins. I think that it's there. It's at Notre Dame. Texas A&M won last year. I think Notre Dame returns the favor.
Notre Dame won last year.
No.
Notre Dame's only loss was to Northern Illinois, right?
No. No, you're right. Actually, you're right. I'm stupid. Texas A&M was favored in the game.
And yes, they were the favorite. It was at Kyle Field. Everyone was hyped up, and then they dropped the ball. Yeah. And then they kind of came back afterwards, and everyone's like, oh, my God. I was excited about Texas A&M and Texas potentially playing in the SEC championship because Oklahoma was already out of it by then. And then having to rematch in the playoff at Kyle Field, that would have been crazy. As much as it could be annoying, that would have been a crazy playoff game. But then the wheels fell off. So, yeah. Notre Dame won last year on the road. I think they're going to we'll do a lot better at home. I'm not going to believe in Texas A&M until they get Manziel back in his prime or they actually start producing consistently.
You know what it was? I remember someone. I don't know why I thought Texas A&M won. I think it's because Texas A&M had a dude that kicked the ball for the Pat McAfee thing on game day, and he kicked it and got it. And in my head, I was like, "That's a win." Anyway,
that's a win for Texas A&M, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, so we are now moving on. Finally, this has gone very long. A lot of technical difficulties. We might just refilm the whole thing. Just kidding.
No one got time for that.
Yeah, we're moving on to the NFL. The games I picked for the games of interest were Atlanta and Tampa, Detroit and Green Bay, Dallas, and Philly, which all of them, actually 2 of them were really good games. One of them wasn't.
Which is what we expected, but not the game we expected.
Yeah, no, you picked Green Bay.
Yep.
I picked Detroit.
We expected that one to be a good game. It was not.
Yeah, it was not. I thought that they were both. I thought it was a really good matchup. I think Detroit lost more in their coordinator than I was anticipating. Um, and Green Bay with Micah Parsons, shout out Scotty again, um, looks really good. That is that is a scary team in the
Yeah.
NFC. Like Green Bay was like a Super Bowl contender before they got Micah Parsons. Then they got Micah Parsons, and now it's like, I don't know. I don't know who can compete. Someone can. Philly obviously probably can. Um, moving on to the next game. Segue again. Um, Philly versus Dallas. Um, so you went Green Bay, I went Lions.
Yep.
I went Philly, you went Dallas.
Yep. Just out
Against
of pure loyalty, even though
yeah,
I don't
against
believe
your
in.
better judgment, which is fair.
Yeah.
So like maybe that's the only
Surprisingly
time.
better than I thought.
Yeah, yeah. Dallas has a run game.
Yeah. And I think I touched on it last week. It's like if Dallas is going to be good this year, that offensive line has to take the next step. It's a bunch of young guys. It's a bunch of first round draft picks, second round draft picks. If they took the next step this year, they got a chance because you don't necessarily need to have Derrick Henry or prime Ezekiel Elliott back there if you got a great line. And from the looks of it, if I believe it was Miles Sanders, if he doesn't have that one fumble, Cowboys very realistically win this game.
Yeah, I actually agree with you on that. And but also to further go, Dak Prescott looked really good too. I
Yeah,
mean, I just think the Eagles are a really good team. So it's going to be hard to beat the defending Super Bowl champions.
yeah, on the road too. So I mean, I honestly feel better about the Cowboys after that game. It was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, general takeaway, we split that one.
Yep.
Um, but I feel better about the Cowboys in general. I don't think I saw any Cowboys fans that were just like furious that they lost. It was just like, no, we're going to get our ass kicked. And they came out and we lost by 4 points. It was a one possession game. You're just kind of like, I mean, honestly, the only person you're really mad at is CeeDee Lamb because he had so many drops.
Yeah. I mean, people are saying that, but also he's a freak. So I would not be mad at him. He's probably
I'm not
dropping.
worried about CeeDee Lamb. I think people have bad days. It happens. It was wet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe that has something more to do with it. Obviously, they had the big long rain delay. I think the Cowboys are in okay shape if they continue to develop off of that.
Yep.
If the offensive line, if this is the next great Dallas Cowboys offensive line, then we're cooking.
I mean, they hopefully have a easy rebound week on the Giants. Giants didn't look too hot, so hopefully they
Yep.
rebound. Chiefs, you can't say the same thing. They play, or not the Chiefs. The Eagles play the Chiefs. Eagles play the Chiefs. Chiefs look decent. I mean, the Chargers looked really good. I don't know if the Chiefs are the same Chiefs. I don't know. We're not going to talk about that necessarily right now, but the last game was Tampa Atlanta. Um, Atlanta's good. Um, Penix looked really good. Um, the Atlanta defense is they dropped I think like two picks, maybe one.
Which is good because I needed that for my fantasy team.
Baker had like 50% accuracy, which is unheard of in the last 2 years for him. It was like a very bad. It was weird because he played really bad like 3.5 quarters, and then like his last two drives were just phenomenal. Like he was throwing. He
How much
that one
preseason did he play?
he didn't play any. So that was like
Okay, well,
I think he played maybe like a drive, like a 3 play drive in the first preseason game. So he's rusty, which I was saying that. I was like, this is the first time in a long time he has never played in the preseason. So
yeah,
I think that had a lot to do with it. I think, knocking the rust off, whatever you want to say, it's just game speed is just different than practice speed. So I think they'll be good. The Tampa Bay will be good. They just Mecca Egbuka is a freak.
yeah.
Like, how do you go from Mike Evans to that? That's insane, but whatever. Um, yeah, so that I mean, Tampa's going to be good. Atlanta, again, I said Atlanta could probably be a contender, and I think that's right. They're probably going to be good. Um, really like all the teams that I watched this week, those 3 games, all those teams besides the Lions, I was impressed with. So even
Yeah.
for the other two, the ones I lost. All right, we're going into our picks, our game picks for
Real quick, record update: 2-1 on the NFL.
yeah,
Both of
we
us.
are both 2-1. Record. So we're going into our week 2 picks. Our first game that we're going to talk about, Jaguars Bengals. I think this one game's interesting. I think the Bengals had a good strong showing for the first week. They beat the
Cleveland.
no the Bengals. Yes, the Bengals beat Cleveland. I don't know why I was thinking of the Jaguars opponent. I was like, they didn't play them. Yeah, they beat Cleveland. Cleveland kind of lost it themselves, I believe, on a missed kick. And yeah, Jamar Chase kind of talked a little bit of shit to Denzel Ward before the game, like via the internet.
You're lagging so bad.
Yeah, I know. I
You
just
went,
saw.
you went like this. You were like just
Yeah,
your eyes moving.
I saw it. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it today, and if it's bad, I'll let you know. Okay, so sorry, technical difficulties. We're back. Um, dude, this has been a nightmare. First nightmare we've had. Bengals Jaguars. I think Jamar Chase was talking shit to Denzel Ward before the game,
Hmm.
and yeah, Denzel. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a high scoring game. That was a. I think it was a good defense by the Browns and a shitty offense by the Browns, but the Bengals defense isn't that great either. I think that's what we saw. It was like the defense versus offense of the Bengals offense, Browns defense matchup, and then just the Browns offense was mediocre and the Bengals defense was mediocre. So it was like people were like, "Wow, these teams are both these defenses are really good," and really the Bengals are just like, "Thank God." Um, and then the Jaguars, they won their first game. So the Jaguars played. Hold on.
Was it
This is the team I forgot who they played. I don't know how. Panthers. That's right. I remember.
in North Carolina?
Uh, Panthers look like they suck again. We suck
They
again.
suck again.
Um, yeah. So Jaguars look good, but it was the Panthers, so I don't put a lot of stock in that. So these two teams are playing. I think that the Jaguars had a good outing. I don't know who to pick on this. So I'm gonna pick. You know what? I think the Jaguars have a rebound year with Liam Cohen as the head coach. I'm going Jaguars.
I'm also taking the Jaguars just because Cam Little is my fantasy kicker, and I think he's the future of kicking in the NFL.
Didn't he hit like a 70-yarder?
70-yarder in preseason, so it doesn't count for the record. But yeah,
Yeah, but still, he's just letting you know I got this. I got that thing on me.
he got
All
me
right.
14 points. So hell yeah, brother.
Yep. I mean, he's definitely a good kicker. All right, our next game, Sunday game, is going to be Broncos Colts. They both had good games. Broncos play. I think the Titans are just pretty solid. So like, even though they didn't like blow the Titans out of the water, um, they had like a comeback win. I think that the I think the Titans are just good enough where like Cam Ward's a freak and he's just elevating his team to be better than everyone thought they were going to be.
Mhm.
With the Broncos, they have a good offense still, a lot of weapons. They really like using Marvin Mims. They have like it's running back. They have a good running back room, I should say. Their defense is insane. They have Patrick Surtain at corner. That dude's a freak. Outside linebacker Nick Benito, he's a freak. And then they're playing the Colts, who have Daniel Jones, who looks like a revived. Like it's almost like Daniel Jones
272 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions.
with Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, he was throwing that thing. They put up a lot of points. They have a run game, so they're really
Yeah.
not like making Daniel Jones be like the savior. They're getting behind the big boys up front, and they're running that. They're toting that rock.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yeah,
don't
they had like
see.
37 points and only one
Yeah,
was a passing touchdown. I mean, yeah.
yeah. I think the Broncos win. I don't see the Colts sustaining that style of offense versus this Broncos defense. I mean, the only way the Colts win is if they dominate time of possession, in my opinion. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and Daniel Jones can do that for you, but Daniel Jones can also throw 37 interceptions in a game. So it's hard for me to pick him until I see more. So I'm picking the Broncos.
I'm with the Broncos too. They have that crazy good defense. Shout out to them. Also, my fantasy defense. Love you guys. Keep up the good
You
work.
have
Coaches
Atlanta and the Broncos. Oh, you're in multiple
Atlanta.
leagues.
No, I don't have Atlanta's defense. Who said I had Atlanta's defense?
I thought you said you had Atlanta's defense.
No, I got Baker Mayfield as my quarterback.
Okay.
I was talking about Baker Mayfield earlier. And
Yeah,
now I'm talking about, and I got Cam Little for the Jaguars, and now I got the Broncos defense, and they were great. I think that defense is going to force Daniel Jones to make mistakes.
they are going to force every single person they play to make mistakes.
Yeah.
So that's the reality
And
of the situation.
they're going to force Daniel Jones to make mistakes, which he played a game which 272 yards is good, one rushing, or not one rushing, one passing touchdown. Is like, okay, yeah, quarterback didn't do anything wrong. So obviously they're going to force him to make mistakes this time. And it's going to stop drives. It's going to force their defense out a lot. I think the Broncos are going to take this one. I like Bo
Yeah,
Nix too.
Bo Nix he's good. He's better than I thought he was going to be. Next pick for next game, I should say, Packers Commanders Thursday
Packers,
night.
Commanders.
This one's tough. This one might be the toughest game I've picked so far. I really like the development of the Commanders offense, adding Debo Samuel. I really like the development of Jaden Daniels. He again looks like he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But the Packers also have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and Jordan Love, who I'll never forget watching all the Packers fans freak out and say, this all the things you heard them say. Is he going to play? What is he going to play? Wide receiver? He better. They're freaking out because they lost Aaron Rodgers, and granted, Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers. The Packers did it again. They have another very, very, very good quarterback, and they don't have to worry about not having a good quarterback. So, yeah, I'm just not. I cannot bring myself to pick against Jaden Daniels right now, even though I think that the Packers have the better defense, and I don't know how much better the Commanders' offense is, if at all. I'm going to pick the Commanders, but very, very, very hesitantly.
I respect your pick. I'm gonna
Yeah,
pick Green Bay.
it worked for you last week.
I think Green Bay is. I think the offense is clicking.
Yep.
They're doing what they need to get done. I think the defense is going to be a step up. Here's the problem: is the Commanders scored 21 points against the Giants.
Yep.
And to be fair, when I got to see the brief bit of the game, I got to see when I was at lunch at work, they had Russell Wilson out there. I don't know why we're still starting Russell Wilson.
We've talked ad nauseum about it. Russell Wilson can throw 5 yards and under and 77 yards down the field. And then everything between that is like,
Yeah.
you're clinching. So
I'm not impressed by beating the Giants.
yeah, I'm not impressed by that either. But the Giants have a good defense. So this is what I was looking at. I was watching the offense. The offense has all the weapons you want. here's my other thing is Green Bay in the last 2 seasons have gotten off to really good starts, and they typically taper out at the end, Um, and so I just don't. Yeah, I just think Jaden Daniels is like too much of a monster. And you know what? Again, this is the hardest pick for me to make. Like the part of me that says defense wins championships is like pick Green Bay. The part of me that says Jaden Daniels reminds me of Boobie Miles tells me to pick Jaden Daniels in the Washington Commanders. And he can't pass. It's yeah. So I'm sticking with that. But I agree with you on all those points. But I do think that if the Giants had one thing that was good, it was their defense. And Jaden Daniels is very good against that defense.
I think the Packers are going to do a little bit better. They got more going on offense. Again, scoring 6 points in the NFL is like the saying. Let's say the Packers defense is just as good as Washington's or as the Giants. If the offense is any better, which we do believe it is, I think they got this game.
That's a fair assessment. I can't argue. So the next pick is going to be our last pick. I really struggled because I wanted to do Chargers Raiders, but we have a Super Bowl rematch, Eagles Chiefs. Feel I'd feel dirty if I didn't pick the Eagles Chiefs, like have us pick that game. Um, these are two different teams. The Chiefs lost Xavier Worthy, and that really hurts their vertical passing game, which is
Yep.
obviously like the it's not the staple of Andy Reid, but it is the like home run. Like it is Andy Reid's ultimate goal is to get that vertical passing game to work, and everything else in the offense is just building up towards that. And some teams hope, like some teams don't care if the vertical passing game, like you have these West Coast style coordinators, and they don't care. They will they it doesn't matter if their vertical passing game ever opens up. As long as everything else is working, they don't care. Andy Reid, he wants he loves the demoralization that a bomb brings to the defense, the defending team. When his team can throw 70 yards on a dot, hit Juju Smith Schuster in the hands, he probably drops it. Just kidding. But when they can do that, score 70-yard touchdowns on these teams, he loves it. And I mean, he's a scheme genius, but I just feel like his offense is always building towards the idea of opening up that vertical passing game. And I think Xavier Worthy being gone really hurts that. And I think the Eagles obviously have probably the best wide receiver tandem. Jalen Hurts, who is criminally underrated for being a thrower of the football. Not just being a quarterback, but just as a thrower of the football, he's criminally underrated. Like Eagles fans still are like, is he good? And you're like, he won a Super Bowl. Oh, okay, all right.
But, people are trying to always credit like, oh, well, the defense was good. They have such a good offensive line. They got Saquon Barkley. It doesn't matter how good the rest of the team is. If the quarterback sucks, the quarterback sucks. The team's going to suffer. That quarterback is the first person to touch the ball. They're going to make mistakes. You have to have a good quarterback to win the Super Bowl for the most part.
In the NFL, like good quarterback matters, and there's a lot of historical. You can look at historical teams that they have just mediocre quarterbacks, and it's like they don't win because everything else on the team is better than the other Super Bowl team. They just don't win because of their because they only have a mediocre quarterback. Anyway, um, here's the weird part. This is where it's really hard to pick. The Eagles lack their opposite corner. So they are really like gung ho on playing Cooper DeJean as that nickel back. That because he has really good run stopping abilities. He can really get in the box and make plays. But they're really gung ho on making him that nickel and not putting him on the outside. And I don't know if that's a good thing. But I just don't think they have any other options to put in that slot position because playing slot corner is like the hardest, probably one of the hardest jobs in the NFL because everything's open. Like when you play outside, like some routes are just not available unless it's a quick hitter, and usually those are all situational. So Adoree Jackson was getting absolutely exposed by CD Lamb. Not a bad thing. CD Lamb's really good. So he exposes a little more, right? I think Xavier Worthy being out actually really helps them in that regard. Now, granted, the Chiefs have Hollywood Brown and they have Juju Smith-Schuster, I think. But Xavier Worthy, like Hollywood Brown can fill in that vertical deep threat, but he's just a lot smaller. And he can get pushed around a little better, a little easier by the defense. Travis Kelce is obviously not the same, but he's still, Hall of Famer. So the respect is there. I think that their run game is lacking. I think that the Chiefs' run game isn't as good as it used to be. And for that reason, I'm going to go with the Eagles. The Eagles have a really good offense, and I think that where the Eagles are weak on defense actually works in this game because that is also like where the Eagles are weak, the Chiefs are weak, like on the counterpart on offense. So it's harder to expose that. It just depends on who's weaker in that spot, you know?
Yeah. And losing Worthy hurts a lot.
Yeah, that is a big, massive. Yeah, that sucks.
I don't think this Chiefs team is the same team they were 2 or 3 years ago. I think they've definitely taken a step down. But I don't think you mentioned it. But Jalen Carter's back for the whole game this time, unless he spits on somebody else.
Imagine he just starts like that's his thing. I'd
He
hate to
starts
be his
spitting on
wife.
quarterbacks.
Probably, I don't know if he has a wife. That was a joke. His mom's like, "Do the dishes," and he's like,
He just spits on people when he doesn't like what they're saying.
"Yeah." Well, to be fair to him, to Jalen Carter, Dak Prescott did spit first.
Yeah, just on the floor while he was 6 feet away.
Yeah, but like the disrespect was felt. And Jalen Carter has been adopted by the city of Philly. So Jalen Carter did the most Philly thing possible, and he spit on that man.
I don't like what you did, even though it didn't personally affect me.
Yeah.
Fucking battery to the face.
I don't like that you spit on my sidewalk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, I'm sticking with the Eagles. I think the Eagles got it. Jalen Carter's back.
yeah.
Very happy he wasn't there last week, even though we still lost. It's not the same Chiefs. I don't feel like last year it was evident this is not the same Chiefs team, even though they still made the Super Bowl. There was no like great convincing wins really.
Yeah. It was
It
like
was
they
just
just
like
made the Super Bowl off of like pure hangover, Super Bowl hangover. They just like it's like they stumbled their way into it.
I'm gonna look at this stat real quick.
What?
Yeah, so last year Chiefs made the Super Bowl. And I don't know if that includes the Super Bowl stat, but they had a negative 6 point differential.
Yeah.
So I think that was the closest it's ever been for a Super Bowl team. They literally just squeaked in.
Yeah. No, I think they did. I think that does include the Super Bowl stat. But regardless, yeah, I'm gonna go with I just I mean, I know we already made our picks. I just don't like I don't think that the NFL is like I think the landscape is changing like right before our eyes. I think like the two teams in the Super Bowl this year are going to be different than the last. I don't think the Chiefs are making it. I don't think the Eagles are going to make it at this point. I think it's going to be like some teams maybe Green Bay for the NFC and maybe like the Broncos for the AFC. I could see the Broncos. I could see the Chargers. I'm not going to make a pick per se, but
I'm
I don't
thinking
see
into
those
the
two
future. I got the pick right here.
Huh?
I got the pick. I got the pick right here. It's coming to me right now as we speak.
Yeah. I got the pick.
Chargers, Cowboys.
Cleveland Browns make a turnaround. They win the next 16 games. They make it all the way to the Super Bowl.
But who's the starting quarterback?
It doesn't matter. And they're going to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
It's gonna be basically what the Ravens were running for a while when they had 3 Heisman winners in the backfield. It's gonna be a 3 quarterback system.
Yeah. I mean, on Monday there's Buccaneers Texans versus Chargers Raiders too, or Buccaneers versus Texans, Chargers versus Raiders as well. So those are going to be interesting games. There's a lot of interesting games coming up.
5 seconds. Pick both of them right now. Quick.
Obviously, I'm gonna go Bucks, and I'm gonna go Chargers. Bucks and Chargers for Monday. I
I
think
agree on the Bucks.
I think the Texans they're reeling a little bit right now. They had a rough first game, and I think the Raiders are better this year. I don't think they are. Like, people are like freaked out that they beat the Patriots, but I don't think the Patriots are going to be very good this year. I think the Patriots are just doing an attitude adjustment this year, and then next year they'll be better. So I'm going Bucks.
Bucks, Chargers, and I agree with both of those. Bucks, Chargers.
When I actually don't think about a game too much, like I just did there, because those weren't any supposed to be picks, I think I pick better than when I think about games.
Yeah, I think you think too hard.
By the way,
Let's hear.
I got picked to be on my unit's flag football team, so I might video that and show the world.
You got picked to be on the unit's flag football team, the flag football team you've been making plays for the last 4 months?
No, that's different. Turkey Bowl is different than the unit's flag football team.
Okay.
So the unit's flag football team goes to a post tournament, and we win the post tournament. Nothing happens. No one cares.
When's the tournament?
September. It's like we play regular season, then we play a tournament in like October. The Turkey Bowl happens.
Let me know when the tournament is, and I'll come down and we'll film it.
Maybe.
And I'll tailgate it.
It's if I play. I might not play. Like, dude, I'm 30.
Are you gonna have the headset on the sideline?
Oh, if someone tells me that they have better plays than me, I'm gonna like fist fight me for the coach job. And if I'm pretty sure the coach right now is just a dude that wanted to play that tore his Achilles, I will kick the fuck out of his leg if he says that if he's a better coach than me. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the episode. It ran super long, but maybe not, because we just have a lot of technical difficulties. We're sorry. We're actually working on getting that fixed. We will have updates on having better everything. We're going to have a meeting, and we're going to talk about this. Me and Devin are going to have meetings, and we're going to start talking about these things.
Yep.
And
this is a very professional organization.
Yeah, it's not run by 2 dudes that have full-time jobs that maybe talk to each other during the week sometimes, but really we just talk to each other on Saturday, and they're like, "Yo, did you see that? Yo, did you see that?"
I'll call you out right now. I'll call you right now out on the podcast. Peyton didn't talk to me for years when he left for the military. Very rarely did I hear from Peyton. And then he got the idea to do this podcast. And when he talks about the podcast, he talks to me every single day. So ever since the podcast started going, it's every single day. He's like, "Hey, there's my little brother."
What does that say about
little brother? He's back from the dead.
What does that say about me?
What?
It says, A, I'm goal oriented. All right. What does that B? What does that say about me? B, I don't like to bother people. I like to give people peace. What does that C? C, what does that say about me? I might be a piece of shit. All right. Who knows? It could be any of those. All right. That's the episode. So we did it. We'll see if we keep this episode. Anyway, that was Tailgate Sports Media Podcast. That was our 5th episode. Please please subscribe. We don't talk about all the football games, but if you want to talk about all the football games, I watch all the football games. Comment, do whatever. Send us a direct message. I will respond to you and tell you what I think. That is like the whole point of this, is for you guys to, if you guys engage, I will have much more fun with this. If you engage, I will shout you out. I will talk about if your point was good. I'll talk about if your point was bad. I'll call you an idiot. I'll call you a brain dead rat if you want to.
Just watch your subscribers go down.
Yeah, it's probably gonna happen. You know, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Anyway, so yeah, we're asking you guys to please talk to us. Let us know what you think. about any football game, I will talk to you. If Devin doesn't talk to you, I will talk to you. And if I don't talk to you, Devin definitely won't talk. No, I'm kidding. Devin will talk to you. We love to talk football with random strangers, and I love sharing my opinion. That being said, that's episode 5. I'm Peyton. That's Devin. Goodbye, guys.